New Year's
What is
Eve.
it?
It is
Tuesday?
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it is.
Out there to everybody. We're going to talk about our sales. We have 6 items that sold today, yesterday, whatever you want to call it. And of course, that's part of like the holiday slump. So we'll
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that. And then we also had a return that had a really up and down, up and down, up and down like run.
We were
Um,
trying to give you updates, but then we were like, I don't know if this is done yet.
yeah.
Let's
So
keep
we
waiting.
wanted to wait until everything was done to finally
Yes.
share with you. But before we get started, my name is Aaron,
I'm Amber.
and we are full-time resellers. We go live Monday through Thursday.
Yes.
Except for we will be off tomorrow with New Year's Day. Um, so we'll start with the
New
return.
shirt.
New shirt. I got stickers still on it.
Christmas shirt.
Thanks for
Double
calling me
checking
out.
you
Yeah.
earlier.
Do I have one on my
You're
back?
good. You're good.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
figure I might have one on my back. Um, but so we had that return with the Taylor Swift perfume
Wonderstruck. Yeah.
that had the damage to the charms on it. All the charms came back. They kept the bag. So we filed the claim. We talked about it on here, and we did a claim for $40 for the price of the bag. I didn't even do the deduction on the charms. I kind of wish I did, because I
Seeing
think
how it played out.
I don't think it would have changed anything. But let's just play okay, the customer was right. They just didn't return the bag. And after reaching out to them and waiting about 24 hours, they didn't respond. So then I processed the return, and they were removed the $40, knowing that I would have to pay $45 plus shipping in order to replace it.
Right.
So $40 seemed like a fair amount. So that came and went to eBay to look into it.
Right.
And they deemed that in our favor.
Yeah.
And they
Case is closed.
Case is
We
closed.
have decided in your favor.
They had a chance. So when we submitted it, they had a chance, and they put a dispute against it, saying that they didn't get their full refund, and then eBay came and ruled in our favor, and then made them eat the $40 on that side. That wasn't the end though, because they disputed the result from eBay. Because I actually was like kind of happy and proud for eBay.
Perfect.
Because they finally stood up. Like I feel like they let the buyers get away with everything. And so this time they're actually standing up against the buyers. Great. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But they disputed it, and then eBay reversed the charge, and then it had us pay them out the extra $40. And so
we
disputed it, and then they deemed that they paid us back the $40.
Yeah.
Now, the downside of this, and the way I think this whole ended up working out, is I think eBay lost $40 in this whole process, and the buyer probably got to keep all of their money. We kept all of our money, or not all of our money, but so we still didn't like win in the transaction. Like I would have been better off with the bag. We did end up selling the perfume again for $120 with positive feedback, so they're excited and happy. We paid $50 for the perfume, so when all's said and done, we are going to still make, probably $50-$60, something like that. But ideally, obviously, you don't want to go through all these hoops. It is stressful dealing with stuff like this on a consistent basis.
Well, if you think about it too, so we got the $40 back for the bag, and then we resold the.
But we had to pay shipping there and back, so that eats into the $40 considerably.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so it's
you still have to dispute those things. You can't just let it fly.
No, you can't.
If you know you're in the right, you got to fight for it.
Yeah, you do need to fight for those kind of situations. And honestly, like I don't understand why people would expect you to roll over in those situations and just take the eat it.
Yeah.
And this person's a seller too. So like, would you want to be, like, that's the side of the coin, especially when you're dealing with somebody that sells as well. Would you want to deal with a buyer that was like this and malicious and was holding items or kept an item from a lot?
I mean, what if we did that to them?
Oh, I know.
So we buy something that has a whole set and we return half of it. Yeah. And then we complain that they didn't give us our full refund. Like, are they going to do that with us? No.
No.
They're not.
Correct, they're not.
And we would never do that.
No.
So, just takes all kinds.
So yeah. Pretty just a wild and unfortunate situation, but you do what you can. As far as the another slow slump, so only 6 sales, so this is definitely below our average, and you can expect it this time of year. I would expect today we're probably not going to sell anything. We will sell stuff on January 1.
Mm-hmm.
But New
In
Year's
theory.
Eve, well, no, we will.
Yeah.
So I would expect slows again to be slow today as people prep for New
New
Year's
Year's
Eve.
Eve.
They're not thinking about buying items.
Yeah.
Like, just put
They're like
yourself in
traveling, getting ready for a party
this.
or
Yeah.
whatever, cozying up in their house.
Which makes for a good opportunity. Now is the time in the like New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably make a thrift store loop.
Yeah.
Because this is when like nobody's buying or nobody's out. So it's a huge benefit to be out.
You
and
got to do
shopping.
the opposite of what everybody else does. So on a day where people don't want to go, that's when you need to go.
Yeah, so I kind of think that's probably a good idea for us to do today.
I think it's a great idea for you.
Well, you can stay home if you want. That's fine.
I'm gonna be cleaning.
Yeah.
So, would you want to clean and do thrift stores, or just do thrift stores?
I will not be doing any cleaning. Thank you.
Enjoy your thrift stores.
So I think you come in with the right mindset of you're not going to sell anything today, and then you won't be disappointed when you're sitting at, the ball drops or whatever, and you're like, we've got one sold. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Nope.
But we will jump into our sales. So we had 6 items sell, and first up we have Estee Lauder Lash Primer Plus. This thing here from Estee Lauder Vintage, $48 plus shipping. Perfect. So,
good sale.
Those things are just consistent.
Yeah.
And good profit. Next up, Harry Potter. This is a lot of 2 books.
These are early buys. We don't get these anymore.
Yeah, hardcover Harry Potter books. I think they're both actually first edition. You see some that sell for like 200, and then you're like, I don't.
Why do ours not sell for 200?
So I don't get it. But $9.50 for the lot of 2.
Wild.
No, realistically, I think some of the first editions actually were printed in Europe. So if you had the ones that were printed initially in Europe, I think
that'd be the difference.
That's the
more valuable.
Okay. Next up, we have Estee Lauder. This is double wear, and the color is, I don't know.
It is Enchanted Forest.
$27.95 plus shipping on that one.
So these like Estee Lauder things, like you gotta be on the lookout for those, because they sell well.
This is an emergency hammer. So this is our last one we sold. We've sold 3 of these already, and this one sold $9.99, free shipping on that.
Weren't these in our free bin?
Yes.
And this is the same bin that our Jimmy Carter pen was in that we sold for 200.
Yeah, something
like that.
210, something like that.
Don't skip the free bins.
Yep, free bins can have goodies too. This is a Baltimore Colts vintage sweatshirt. Yeah. And it is, what is the brand?
Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the Loom. So nice, cool old tag. Yeah. $25 plus shipping on that.
Nice. And
then the last item to sell, I knew when I saw this, I knew this was going to be worth money because it was a title I haven't seen before. It is Hyper Dimension Neptuna. Yeah, Neptuna. No manual, and it is not particularly great condition. $17.95 plus shipping.
Yeah, it looks like it's been sitting out in the sun for a while. Sunbathed.
So you put acceptable condition on that, and then you'll have to be below the market or like below the average sales price. And then that way they know they're getting a deal and they're not paying like, top dollar or anything like that. Yeah. So,
Good times. So, what is your New Year's resolution? Did you come up with one?
No, I don't have anything. I don't do that thing.
My challenge to myself, in the morning, I usually take the dog out, get some coffee, sit down, and scroll on my phone. I want to get my coffee, take the dog out, get my coffee, and do the Bible in a year. That's my goal.
Okay.
So.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So she's gonna come to these full of wisdom.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually read from cover to cover. Yeah. I just get stumped. Like, there's too many names, too many places. I don't know what they're talking about.
So you start skimming.
No, but I want to actually read it on myself. But I want to read it, and then I'm going to listen to somebody explain it.
Okay.
That's my goal.
There you go.
So I'm going to read it first, then hear other point of view. And maybe take some from that, or maybe disagree with them. I don't know.
That just means you're going to have to get up early then.
No, I think I can do it in the same amount of time. Unless I get up as late as I did today, then I'm out of time. But that is my goal.
There you go. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you all have a great new year, and
Yes.
we will see
Stay
you
safe, and
on January 2nd.
we'll see you next year.
Take care,
I'm
everybody.
sure everyone's sick of hearing that.
Yes, I am too.